All right, cool. So my artist that I chose was Faith Ringgold. Yeah, we just get started. So Faith Ringgold is an artist, multidisciplinary artist from Harlem, New York. She's a Libra. She was, or she is rather, a painter, writer, mixed media sculptor, performance artist, but she's mainly known for, best known, I would say, for her narrative quotes. Before we get into that, I wanted to show some of her paintings that she's done. She was born in 1930, which is, if you think about history, is right at the end of like the Harlem Renaissance, and she was born in Harlem at that. So like you could imagine like a lot of like important figures in history and in Black art were around, literally walking around the streets with her as she was growing up. Um, a lot of her work is about like Black narratives and Black experiences and Black stories, Black just like Black experiences throughout history, especially during this time. Um, so you see like, these photos or these photos of her paintings. Continuing, she also has done this thing with sculpting. So these are what you would call a soft sculpture. A lot of her work is used with like basic materials, you know. So I've actually seen some of her work like in Baltimore, and she used like a lot of like beads, just like little things that you would see, but maybe around the house and stuff, right? It was very like a homey feel, like very like, I don't want to say basic, but like very like not like these crazy materials and everything. It's very simple, very simplistic, but it also it's just to encapsulate like very important figures and objects throughout like the Black experience, especially during these times. Um, but we'll go back to like her more famous works, which are about like the narrative quotes. So just a little something significant of quilting. While they serve the primary function of keeping the body warm, they also serve a storytelling. They also like address. I'm using big word. Storytelling like functions, right? So in quilts, people would use these quilts to like during slavery times, they would use the quilts to maybe like show paths of like how to escape or wherever paths to go throughout wherever to like get to freedom. Put keep maintain traditions with the quilts, telling stories of like the past and such through the quilts. Um, a way to express themselves, something to do, something that they can create. And she has took that. And also I read somewhere that like her great grandmother was a slave who was, or enslaved woman rather, who made quilts for on her plantation. So it was like a very like in depth from the like feeling for her because that's like something that is in her family. Continuing, so you see some of her work. So this one is called it's part of the series I think called Tar Beach. Yeah, Tar Beach. So as you see, she's telling narratives of her experiences and of experiences during her time in New York here. Um, the quilt is made up of a lot of different textiles, a lot of different pieces all put together. But then is to tell a story, you know. And if you look on the top and the bottom of it, you can see that it says, I can't read it, but there are like different, like it's a story, an actual story. Um, and it's a way of her just expressing herself, right? Continue some more images. We came to America. So she's like, so throughout the storytelling tradition, she's using these quilts to share experiences, right? Talking about liberty and what it takes to be free. And these like very powerful images that she's putting on something that's so simple as a quilt, you know, but to continue this practice of storytelling. More things. A lot of her work is very political. Um, yeah, very political. A lot of like symbolism, deep symbolisms and such. But it's just really cool to see like something that's so simple as a quote is something used to create such powerful images and powerful messages of like the American story. and also other narratives of like just like Black life and everything. And she has so much work to like see. So like if you go to our website, which is faithringgold.com, there's definitely a lot of more pieces there. But what I really enjoy about her is that like, she's able to just this whole like contrast between something very simplistic as like a quilt, a blanket, like things that are just like you have in your house, but then also something that's so powerful as like these images and these stories and narratives and histories, to be shared. And yeah, she's on view at the BMA, the Baltimore Museum of Art, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, this Savannah Museum of Art, New York Museum of Art, the Studio Museum, and also like Glenstone. So Glenstone, I was there like last week, and they're opening a new exhibit with her work. So, yep, that's what I got for y'all.